So welcome students, we will continue with the remaining part of the last part of our lesson. So last class we talked about crop rotation. We will continue with the soil pH. Now when I ask you what is this pH of the soil, I already told you on the pH scale we have 7, below 7 and above 7. So 7 is our neutral pH, and if we go below to 7 it is called as acidic, and if we go above 7 it is basic or alkaline. So based on this alkalinity or acidicity of the soil, the crops differ. So that means soil pH is very important for the growth of the good crops. Why this pH is important? Because see, when there is a plant, the roots absorb water and there are some nutrients which are present in the soil. And these nutrients need to be absorbed by the roots and sent into the plant. So the nutrient absorption depends on the pH of the soil. That means if the pH is not proper, that means if the pH is more acidic or more basic, there will be no absorption of the nutrients. See, if you can come to page 164, the types of the pollutants which are there in the soil may be acidic pollutant or it may be basic pollutant. This acidity is only because of the acid rains. If you remember, in 8th class you learned about acid rains, how it is affecting our Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, you know, it's one of the 7 wonders. So this Taj Mahal getting affected because of the pollutant, and that is forming in the form of acid rains. This acid rains change the pH of the soil and it becomes acidic, and it also affects the absorption of the nutrients. So soil pH is a very important factor for the fertility of the soil and the conservation of our fertility of the soil. Next point is watering the soil. So water is very important for the plants to grow. You know, we water the plants. Why do we water the plants? Because see, plants absorb this water and use it for its growth. And water also prevents the soil erosion. So watering is very important aspect for the prevention of the soil erosion. Salinity management. Salinity or salinity meaning is something related to the content of the salt. Salt content in the soil. The salinity of soil that is caused by excessive accumulation of salts has a negative effect on the metabolism of the crops in soil. Salinity of soil is detrimental to the vegetative life in the soil. The death of vegetation is bound to cause soil erosion. Hence, salinity management is one of the indirect ways to conserve soil. So that means if the salt content of the soil increases, there will be no plants which will grow. And when there are no plants, what will happen? There will be more soil erosion. So salinity should be under control. Next one is the soil organisms. Soil organisms like earthworms and other benefiting the soil should be promoted. See, earthworms we call them as the friends of the farmers. Why do we call them as the friends of the farmers? Because it helps in the burrowing of the soil, and when it burrows the soil is getting mixed with the different types of nutrients, especially the organic nutrient, that is humus, secreted by this earthworm. So earthworms, through aeration of soil, enhance the availability of macronutrients. Macronutrients means, you know, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These are our macronutrients. They also enhance the porosity of soil. The helpful organisms of soil promote its fertility and form an element in the conservation of soil. So how does this earthworm help? It helps to keep the soil porous. Porous means it will be loose. And it also helps to add the useful organisms in, so that the soil will be more fertile. Last one is indigenous crops. Indigenous crop means native crops. Planting of native crops is known to be beneficial for soil conservation. So native crops meaning is the crops which will grow in the present atmosphere or the present soil condition. Like we have seen some desert areas. In desert areas you can see dates, right? But in some areas, other areas, we don't see the growth of dates, because see, dates is the native crop of those hot areas, but we don't find it here. If non-native plants are grown, the fields should be bordered by indigenous crops to benefit soil erosion and achieve soil conservation. So we need to prevent soil erosion so that there will be soil conservation. So this is the end of our chapter. Now just tick the questions for your notes. First one, then third one, fourth, fifth, eighth one, ninth, 11th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 20th, 23rd. So if you go to page 168, you can see there it's an annexure giving the more information about earthworm, dung beetle and how plastics are dangerous. So it is something for your information. So you just read it for yourself so that you will get an idea what is the importance of this soil conservation. So we have come to an end of our unit, that is our chapter 10 on soil pollution. The next chapter which we are going to start is biogeochemical cycles. Okay, so first complete your notes in time. Thank you.